I was trying to act cool, so I didn't want to show people that it was affecting me. And I walked to the bathroom and I vomit.
What's up, guys? This is Conrad here. Today's video, we're going to be talking about you shouldn't let your parents or your teachers' projections over you determine your future. I'm joined with Anthony today. He's my brother. He has experience with this a lot, especially in his high school career. Anthony, when did you finish high school?
Okay, so recently I just matriculated from high school. And, I think there was a lot of pressure on me as well towards the end, if you ask my opinion. Because now, obviously, it's building up, right? So, I would say, since grade 8, obviously from grade 7 on, right? You go into a mindset of, you're still playing primary school.
Yeah, you're still discovering.
You're still playing around,
Yeah.
and to me, primary school was just a whole jungle gym, So I was just chilling. Then I went into grade 8. And that's when it all started, I started to become more aware of what's happening. Because obviously now if you think back, I can't remember how I was thinking that time. And that's not when it started. Obviously now, I would say grade 8 and grade 9 is when you're influenced the most. Because, you're open to new things, you don't know what's dangerous, you don't know the effects of shit on you.
Yeah, and I mean your mindset. You always listen to your teachers and your parents as if when they say something, it's the truth.
That is like that because, you're under authority the whole time. So you're taught from the start. If an adult says something, follow. That's the truth.
Yeah, it's the truth.
You have to do what they say. And so grade 9 and grade 8 started. And obviously now things were strict because I was in boarding school. So from the get-go, you're taught that you are inferior. First of all, and there are a lot of people.
You should always be submissive and acceptive towards people's.
Always submissive. You must always bow down.
Yeah.
Please. And then the teachers, from the start, obviously they're nice and all, but the way they make you feel at times, as if they control you the whole time, and it really makes me upset now that I think back of it, because that time you weren't really thinking of it that way. It was just like, okay, they're above you, you're beneath them, listen to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then also, like, it's true that you say that because they're, like, how can you take advice from someone that hasn't been, or in your opinion, into your aspirations, you don't find them successful in life? Because that's not what you want to be doing.
No.
So how can you listen to someone that, how can you listen to those people? Have you ever had someone a teacher tell you that you don't know what you're doing?
The thing is, you can't. You're not supposed to listen to their... Yeah, obviously you must... I think what they demand a lot is respect. But they don't give towards you. They don't give it to you, But also regarding the influence thing, who are they, It's not like they've become billionaires. Yeah, if you're a billionaire, sure. Then I would listen to you because I aspire to be a billionaire as well.
Wealthy.
Yeah, I don't aspire to
to
become a teacher, so why must I listen to your advice? Advice that you probably heard from someone else. You didn't even experience it yourself. You're just passing it on. You didn't even experience it yourself. You're just passing on, saying, "Oh, life is so this, life is this," And I think that, especially the place that I was, everyone always has something to say. Every single time you do something, there's always something to be said.
But is that when you try and do something, do your own thing, or is that not when you fit into their mold of what you should be?
That's when you don't fit into their mold mostly, because the place where I was, they were very, very, they were very high on sports. They're very big on sports, like rugby and stuff. And now, just because you don't do rugby, or you go do your own thing, because I like to gym a lot, so that was what I was doing constantly. I wasn't doing rugby, cricket, wada. So they make you feel like you are not good enough because of that.
So do they let you feel that you're like out, and you're not part of the group? Because that's a very important thing as humans, is we want to feel a part of something.
Yeah, no, they made me feel like that all the time. But the thing is, what I liked about myself, and how I grew up, and a lot of my family members as well, my brother as well, is that we don't give a damn about some things. Like, it passes your mind, it crosses your mind that you may not feel good enough. But then later on you remind yourself, but it's not what I like. I like gymming.
Yeah, you should follow your passions.
Follow your passions and follow what you want to do.
Yeah.
So then later on I was like, nah, screw these guys. They're forever going to tell me I'm not good enough.
What is your advice to someone 4 years younger than you that's exactly in that spot that the teachers tell them that they don't like them either, or they don't, he feels out and he feels lonely and he feels that no one understands him? What is your advice to that guy or to yourself 4 years younger than you?
When that question pops up, let me get some background before I get to the answer. So, even in high school for me, I was never really someone that fit in too well because I was never doing sports, because I did gymming. I never smoked, I never really drinked. I was like just out. I was doing my own thing constantly. And I was always, I felt lonely because of it and I felt judged because of it. So regarding that, I would say advice, or good enough advice, would just be, don't listen to them because they're not worth your time even. And trust me, later on, you're gonna be so happy that you did it that way. Because me, I'm so happy I didn't drink. I'm so happy I didn't smoke. I'm so happy I didn't. In the time, obviously, you're feeling now, shit, this is cool. Or even with this,
you're feeling rebellious.
You're feeling rebellious. I wanna go against them.
And I wanna go smoking.
But I promise you, in a few years' time, you're gonna regret it. I promise you. I have many friends that regret doing the stuff they did. Many people in my life regret doing the stuff they did. Back when they was, more when they were dumber, they couldn't make proper decisions. So I would just say, look at the bigger picture. That's my advice. Look at the bigger picture. Look how you want yourself to be in 4 years, 5 years time. If you want to be someone that sitting every weekend drinking their livers out and
partying, swearing, fitting into the norm. Yeah, because I feel us as because we were in a all boys school, so to fit in you need to do all of these things. You need to swear, you need to drink and party and smoke and be part of the boys, and like Anthony says, you need to look at the bigger picture. You need to look at 10 years ahead of time, and if you want to start becoming successful at the age of 30 or whatever the case may be, it takes sacrifices, and I feel that you can't build something substantial if you're following into everyone's. So it's like the thing they say that to become the 1%, the wealthiest or the best, or whatever the case may be, you need to do what the other 99% of people don't do. So I feel that's very important in that aspect. So if you're summarizing this whole thing, what did you say are key points? How should that person feel now?
Okay,
what must he do next?
Okay, this is just my opinion. This is our opinions, right? And people get mad when you talk about not fitting into the norm. What I mean by partying and smoking, because then they're like, oh, but you're not living your life. You're not. You're not experiencing what you're supposed to be experiencing at that age. But how can you say that to someone? Then they do it, and then 5 years later they regret it.
Yeah.
No, but it was just for the experience of it.
We didn't know better. But you knew the person who knew better, because he knew. Listen, it's not me.
Let me tell you, if I never hang out with the people that I did, and if I never went to church and stuff like that, I would have just fit in with everyone else, the whole squad, the fool around, the people that fool around with stuff, and they drink every weekend, every single flippin', drink their livers out, they smoke their lungs dry.
Yeah, that's good, eh?
And then later on, they regret everything. And I'm glad that I did the things I did and the way I did it. You cannot say that you should look up to me because I'm not really someone that you can idolize. But shit, look at the bigger picture.
Yeah, I mean,
look at the bigger picture.
In the moment, like you say, they judge you and they say, listen, you think you're better than us. You think you know better, or whatever the case may be. And they judge you because of that. But, like Anthony says, in 5 years' time, or in 10 years, or 15 years, you are sitting here without a smoking problem, without a drinking problem.
Without a smoking problem, biggest.
And they are sitting there, and God forbid, they get lung cancer or whatever may be from the
Mhm.
smoking. And they say, Conrad, or Anthony, how did you know this?
How did you do it?
How did
know?
you do it? And then they praise you. It's like as if you did something amazing. But back then,
They were judging you for it. Oh, you're not good at it. Why do you think you're better than us? And then I can flippin' climb a hill without having to stop every few seconds for my lungs. And then they're like, "Oh, you're doing it. How are you doing it?" Oh, you know. So it was really. Just look at the bigger picture of it. Look at how things are gonna be 5 years from now. Especially me now, because this is the time when all my friends are smoking, all my friends are drinking, all my friends are doing funny things, things that can cause you harm. But I'm not gonna fall for it because I have learned in the past that don't get influenced. Follow what you believe in. If you believe better, then follow that. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
And like Anthony says, that look at the bigger picture of things. If they judge you now, when you're older, they won't. Then you'll know. Listen, I made the right decision, because you can listen to us.
Mm.
You know, if you're a few years younger than us and you're watching this video, we have been through what you're going through now. So we can tell you, like, you know, it might be difficult. People might bully you. You might feel out.
I mean, it is easier said than done. Everything is easier said than done.
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna be in that moment where you're like, should I not? Will this affect me? Will this not? And then people are gonna start judging you. Then they're gonna start laughing at you. Then you're gonna fall for it.
Yeah. Perhaps experience it, and if
Mm.
you don't like it, then
Yeah, it's nice to
maybe
experience it, because that's also what I do. Sometimes I experience it. I do it once. Then I'm like, nah, I don't like this. you know?
Yeah.
I mean, first time I smoked a cigar was with my parents, was with my brother and my dad, and we went to this big Cubana place, a rich place, fantastic. And then we sat down, and I was scared of it because I wasn't a smoker. But then obviously I felt comfortable because I was with them, and then I did it, and it was nice. It's a one-time thing.
It's a one-time thing.
Just don't do anything big. Yeah.
This man, once we were in a nice nature reserve and we were drinking wine, and he pulls out his cigar and he starts smoking there in front of everyone.
Yeah.
The whole night, this
Yeah.
guy was
Let me tell you what happened. So
nauseous and
So what happened was the first time we smoked a cigar, we were at a nature reserve place in Clarence. And my dad bought us each 2 cigars. The first one I smoked long ago. And then the second one I pulled out this night because it felt special. Yeah, I didn't know what I was doing. And I'm puffing that thing the whole time until it was finished.
you just keep on saying, yes, but this is
This is
nice.
lekker now. Let me do my
There
wine.
with the mountains and
With the wine.
oh,
Yeah.
yes, but this tastes good now, eh?
My 5 minutes later.
And you get that rush.
And that rush was there, that head rush. It was there for 2 minutes straight. It was like,
And you're thinking, yes, but this is not lekker
And-
with my
and
wine.
obviously
and
now,
my-
I was trying to act cool, so I didn't want to show people that it was affecting me. And I walked to the bathroom and I vomit. Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny, eh? Okay, so the point is, I think if we can summarize, we can say, listen, okay, look at the bigger picture.
Mm.
Number 1, I'm going to put it up here. Number 1, look at the bigger picture.
Mm.
Number 2, experience it once and then make a conclusion. Thirdly, do what the other 99% of other people will not do.
And that means to separate yourself and set yourself apart.
Hey guys, this is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please, if you like this video, give it a like, comment, and subscribe. See you guys next time.